Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jonathan J. Dog Letterman, and you're tuned into the Anything Bucket on WRPBI TV. And this evening, love is in the air here at WRPBI TV as we have the original love coach. He's a relationship presenter, somebody to guide you through your personal and professional relationships. He's an author, a speaker, and an all-around community advocate. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the love coach, Bruce Starr, to the Anything Bucket.
Hey,
Bruce, welcome.
Thank you, Jonathan. It's great to be here. I appreciate it.
And I'm so glad that you're here. I always tell the audience, I'm a single guy, never married, no kids that I know of.
You stole my line. Okay.
and I turn around and I see things, going on, and I hear people telling horror stories. I'll be in Starbucks and I'll hear the what I call the younger generation talking about this one's doing this and that one's doing that, and they're so wrong and this and that, and they get so boggled up in trying to be right all the time and not understanding where the basis for the relationships come. So before we get into talking about the relationships, if we can give the audience just a little background about who you are, how this all got started. I was very intrigued by your backstory with the radio, the TV, all the accomplishments you've had, the book that you've written, and just the places you've been.
Okay, great. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I've been on a 38-year self-study, and originally it was a long time ago, to help me pick up chicks. I'll admit it, but I said, how can I have better relationships, more relationships? And as I started studying these different philosophies on life, I started learning quite a bit. And I felt my vibration kind of rising, me getting a little smarter about things. And then after about 10 or 15 years of studying and learning, I started doing local radio and television. Actually did a show here in Boca Raton on WNN, the Winners News Network, with all those great speakers, called Love Works with Bruce Starr. And that lasted for a couple of years, and it was the way I got started here. Had some great guests on the show. And at the same time, I was told by a producer friend of mine out in L.A. who actually produced the show Love Boat and Love Connection, of all things. He told me that when I went to visit him, when I'd left the industry, he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm working with a relationship speaker." He said, "Well, you should go on America Online." I said, "What's that?" Put his computer on, and he showed me America Online. He said, "If you open up a room on America Online, you will be able to speak to thousands of people around the country." And that's what I did. And over the next 10 years, I had a lot of time on my hands. Over the next 10 years, I actually spoke to 6,000 people about their relationships. And I learned a lot. I was there to help them. I thought I was going to give them answers, and I did help a lot of people. But I listened to each and every one of their stories, and I learned an incredible amount of really the mistakes that people were making. And here's basically what's happened and what caused me to write a book. The name of the book, by the way, is called Body Traders. No such word. Body Traders, Transforming Back from Player to Lover. And a body trader is a sophisticated player, but there's more to it as a body trader. And I started hearing these people's stories, and they started telling me the same thing over and over and over again, slightly different variations. They fell in love when they were 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. If they got their heart broken, it was devastating. They were devastated. Many people, especially men, a man may never get over their heartbreak from their first love. They may never get over it. A woman will tell you, we're not over it either. But they have their mother, their friends, their sisters, their people to talk to. Men, you're not going to see a guy like you and I go into a gym and say, "Hey, Jonathan, I got my heart broken, I'm feeling really vulnerable, and I don't know what to do," and it's not going to happen, right? Two guys aren't going to do it. So we're stuck with those feelings and emotions. So I realized, what did we do to stay social? We took our heart, we didn't really, but we kind of tucked it away. And we decided to think about about our relationships rather than how do I feel about you. It's how do I think about you. And that's the whole basis of Body Traders. We turned from a world of people who came from their hearts to closing that down, supposedly, and thinking about the best deal that I can get for myself. Now, stereotypically, a man would look at a girl and say, I'll share what I have if she has enough of what I want. The B's, the beautiful, the beauty, the boobs, and the bun. If they have enough of what I want, I'll give her what I have. And that's where the body trading took place. And I saw that there's a whole generation of people who were caught up in body trading. And when I saw this, now what I'm doing is I'm putting together Body Trader Academy for people who are absolutely lost in this mindful approach to relationships. And anyone who is lost in relationships, anyone who is lost in this dating cycle of going from one dating service to another and their heads are spinning, they're dating every night, they're coming from empty hearts. I'm putting together something called Body Traders Academy. I'm first doing it as a webinar, and then I'll be doing it as a live events eventually.
And that sounds like it's going to be a great thing. And we're all about opening up the heart, coming from the heart. It's the old adage, what the mind can conceive and your heart can believe, you can achieve. And when you find that compatibility, it's a great thing. We're going to ask you to share with the audience how people can connect with you to make that love connection and to learn more about opening their heart and working through the blockages that might be holding them back.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate you giving me that opportunity to do that. I am the original love coach at AOL.com. LUV coach at AOL.com. I have an incredible website, LuvCoach.net, loaded with information, a blog with tons and tons of information for anybody, and I have BodyTraders.com, which will highlight this work that I'm going to be doing with my Body Traders Academy. So that's the way people can get to me.
And I know, Bruce, you are a wealth of information. We encourage people to go to LuvCoach.net, that's LUVCOACH.net, and get some information. And if the message resonates with you, sign up and work with Bruce to improve your relationship. Because when you have love in your mind and love in your heart, you make the world a better place for everyone.